There we go. Perfect. All right. This is very... Bro, I tried. I put in a lot of effort to really get it looking good. I didn't want it to be all rinky-dink, but also didn't want to like go super crazy with it on the first stream. I'm going to gradually upgrade the setup even more. But yeah, let's do this then. So let's start with the motherboard, as one does. Oh, get the mouse out of the way. So this is the motherboard we're starting with. That's what we're going with today. The NZXT N7 B650E. This build is going to look super clean. There's no RGB, it's just solid black. So really got to count on the lighting for this one. I'm going to drop something this stream. Mark my words. I just hope that it's like the RAM. All right. Got ourselves a nice empty box. Beautiful. Another empty box. Oh yeah. Okay. Before we get to that, let's get everything else out of the box. I'm not sure if there's anything in here we're actually going to need. Got some antennas. Some SATA cables. How many we got here? We got 4 SATA cables. That's very nice. Got all the M.2 screws. Won't need those. Got a whole drawer full of them. Empty box, empty box, empty box. I don't know. Could be. You never know. Never know who's watching these days. This part must sound just phenomenal to you. This is crinkling. Little piece of the IO shield cuts through the bag and gets stuck, and you're just sitting there trying to finagle it out without realizing. Oh yeah. Need to get this centered with the camera. That there is a beautiful motherboard. Okay. The crinkling is fine. I don't believe you at all. Not a bit. Because that was painful on my hand. I really should have put the chat overlay on the stream. Because I'm going to upload this later. And everyone's going to think I'm just sitting here talking to myself. But that's okay. All right. Got that beautiful Ryzen 9 7950X3D. Oof, look at that thing. It's a thing of beauty right there. That's also gentle with the $1,000 CPU. All right. Now we're just gonna oh yeah, let's get that centered a little. It's pretty dark for the amount of lights that are shining straight down on top of it. Okay. Now, you know, for this socket cover, I know it just pops off when you put the CPU in, but not the amount of force and the noise it makes when you do it with the cover on. I'm not going through that pain with this CPU. What's the ding noise? Or I don't know what the ding was. Here we go. This is the only stressful part of this entire build, is putting the CPU in. But if a pin's gonna get bent, it's gonna be on the motherboard and not on the CPU, so. Gosh, I hate that sound. Okay. The painful part is done, and I won't have to worry about worrying if it's broken or if it was improperly until the very end. Yeah. Okay. Let's do the M.2 next. So we got a Samsung 990 Pro, 4 terabyte. All right. There she is, just floating. I still don't understand why they put so much, why it's like such big packaging for just that. Like how many people have ever actually opened up this envelope and read any of that stuff? Not me. Okay, I have, but just once. They want to compensate for being small. They can be as small as they want with the speeds they're providing. Okay, now, these just pop off if I'm not mistaken. Although I very well could be mistaken. Look at that, I wasn't mistaken. Oh, this thing got some heft to it. Just a magnet holding it on, but man, it's a strong fella. All right, make sure this is all nicely lined up. Got our screw. Whip out the old iFixit kit. Look at that. Voila. Put this back because we shan't need, well, we shan't need this bit anymore. The rest of the build should be just that bit. Alright, let's put this back on there. Don't need to worry, don't need to think about that no more. Now we've got our RAM. Our 128 gigabytes. Come on, baby, there you go. Of Corsair vengeance. $128, yeah, no, it's a number. It's definitely a big one. Open it from the top. Yours is maxed out, 32. Hey, 32 is all you really need. Alright, and since we're using all 4 slots, we don't got to worry about which slot we put it in. Not that we'd have to anyway. This goes in slots 2 and 4. Yeah, no RGB. You can see just a straight, clean black. Start from this side. I'm gonna try and not lean in. Ooh, that's a nice click. Here, in case you want to hear the click. When is the quantum computer build stream? Yeah, right. Alright, and that concludes the segment of Clicky. Look at that, man. Holy cow. That looks clean. Alright, next up. Cooler. Do I want to attach it in here? I have to take this off regardless. Really? I don't pay too much attention to people's fingernails, but I do believe you, because every time I have seen someone else's fingernails, they don't look like mine. Hey. All right. There we go. Oh, wow, that looks so much better. Looks like you've been scratching your butt. Oof. You caught me. Okay. I don't need these boxes. Get on the ground. Yeah, okay, we'll bring the case up and we'll get the cooler. Well, we'll get the case up first. We'll get the case up first. Yeah. This is world's heaviest case, by the way, in case you were interested. Whoa. Oh, okay. That's not very helpful, but I'm going to lay it on his back. It's going to take the panel off. Holy cow. It's got to get the stuff out of it. Goodness. Oh yeah. Okay. That door needs to close. This needs to get onto its back. Awesome. Okay, how is that? Move it over this way a little. I think it's as far out. Oops. That's, yeah, this thing is so big that, oh, it's literally as far out. I can zoom the camera. Anyways, this is the Lian 011 dynamic. I don't need that. Okay. So, I believe with this one, I'm gonna need the box of stuff. All right, we got a box with all of our goodies in it. So we got a nice case with all the screws and grommets and what have you. Comes with a graphics card, anti-sag bracket. Comes with 2 giant pieces of metal. Could not tell you what these are. First time building in this case. All right. Those pieces of metal look like they're for holding, like the attachment to fans or something. So I want to take a look. Ah, it's the radiator mount bracket. Okay, good. I know. I'm reading a manual. Marcia is fascinated by that bracket. wants you to switch to edge. Rude. I just want to know what this radiator mounts, how this thing works. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay. So that wants to go onto there. What? Okay, let me take this back off. Let me take the back off. So I have no idea what it's trying to tell me. I need some visual aid to my visual aid. It's showing me pictures and I still isn't enough visual aid. Alright, that is off. So, from what I gather here, it's saying that one of these, where's my radiator? Okay, so that attaches onto the bottom. So it attaches like this, and then I guess that's just gonna hook in. That's gonna hang down so low. Right? Who's this PC for? This PC is for one of my customers. Like that? I'm not gonna give a name of the customer on stream, but for a local customer here. What? Oh, so does that hook onto? No, that'd be silly. Yeah, that'd be too silly. They wouldn't do something silly like that. What I want to know is why I can't just do what you do in every other one, where you just screw it in, unless those brackets are specifically only for a push-pull configuration or something. It's saying oh. The doy. It's saying that this bracket piece at the top Oh. Just comes out. And once that comes out, like that, then using the knowledge and the power vested in me, no, still doesn't make sense. Oh, wait. No, that doesn't. Do I sell parts? I do, in fact, sell parts. So that comes out, that comes out. Okay, real question. Can I just put this radiator in the way that you would normally put any other radiator in? Do I need all this special? I just want to see, I just want to do a test fitting first. Okay, so this cooler, I'll move the case back on the ground and we'll take the screws, we'll take the fans off of the radiator. So that's gonna come up because it's not screwed down. That's okay. I'm going to take all of the fans off of this because these are RGB fans and the customer wants no RGB. So we got a bunch of non-RGB fans, and that's what we're going to be using. We're going to have 10 144 millimeter fans in this build. You can just ask. We do have a website. We don't have stock listed on the website. So if there's specific parts you want to get a hold of, yeah, you can just send us a message. A message, an email, a text, a phone call, even. PC question. Display goes black anywhere from 2 to 45 minutes after launching game. I can still hear Discord. Have to restart to get the display. Got my insight. Ooh, yeah. Let's see. I recently had a customer who had the exact same issue. And it actually took a while. It took a while to figure out because there were so many different possible solutions to that issue. So the solution to theirs may not be the same as the solution to yours, but the solution that we ended up getting to work was basically the issue was the graphics card itself was presumably overheating. And so I'm not entirely sure why that caused the display to go out, and none of the audio or anything, and like why it's still transmitted properly. But so on the graphics card, there's a little itty bitty tiny switch, and that'll basically be for like standard factory fan settings, and the one over is for quiet mode, so the fans spin less, do less cooling. And so on that specific card, with the quiet mode on, with the less cooling, it was causing that issue to happen. So as soon as we ended up flipping that little tiny switch back, we ran benchmarks for like a day straight, no problem whatsoever. So that was our fix. Throughout finding what the issue could be, I did do a bunch of other troubleshooting with different solutions that other people online had, and different solutions that we've had dealing with similar problems in the past. So I would say, yeah, maybe check the graphics card and see if it has that switch on it, and if that switch is set to what would be the quiet mode. If that isn't it, then you can probably find a forum with like 10 other solutions. But that's what solved it for us. Do you know how much a 4060 and a 7700 XT is? Off the tippity top of my head, I don't know the exact prices, but you're welcome to send me an email or a text or a message of any kind, and I will check it out after the stream, and I'll get back to you within, I don't know, probably 30 minutes to an hour after stream is done. So I will have to do a bit of deconstructing. I have to get the setup back in position. But yeah, off the top of my head, I don't have an exact answer for you, especially with prices constantly changing. Okay, so this radiator allegedly should fit, and if it doesn't, I'm going to be very sad. It looks like it will fit. Okay. This thing. Wow. That does not. You see that? Look how far off. There's like a solid like 1 inch gap. So then, is that why these exist? These line up with those screw holes, but how do I get this thing in? This thing is humongous. I need to like, you know what, actually, it's a smart idea. I'm gonna take this front glass panel off, and I can probably just slide it in the front. I believe I only have to undo these 2 screws to take the glass off. Yeah. So now, this is gonna be the one part of the build where I'm just unfortunately not going to be able to give you the greatest camera angles. Unfortunately. Oh. Mind at ease. it does. Whew, it fits. It barely fits. Okay. Also, thank you so much for the follow. Extra foot. Okay. Now that I know it's actually going to fit, that restores some hope. So the one that has the clips goes on the far side, so the back side. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So I'll need some, I believe it's these screws, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, good, I'm not mistaken. I hate it when I'm mistaken. Okay, let me actually grab like 3 more of those. It's all right. We'll be back to being able to see regularly here in a minute. I just need to get this ginormous piece of metal in. Is that gonna fit? Oh, good. I'm hoping that once this is attached to the radiator, it'll actually make sense how this is supposed to fit into the case. Or like fit into that railing system, because right now it just seems like I'm adding an extra ½ inch of height onto this thing without any reasonable explanation as to how it properly sits. Because it had also shown screwing the regular screws in. Okay, so that's in. So, does so this goes in very gently in an upward trajectory. Somehow this is supposed to make sense. So if this is in like this, am I just supposed to screw those screws in? I'm going to go on a limb and say that this is meant for push-pull configuration, and that I'd be completely fine just mounting this in without these guide rails. So I'm just going to get like a entire drawer of these screws, and I'm just gonna make it happen. So I only need fans on the bottom. We're not doing push-pull, we're just doing push. Okay, so I got those rails off. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take that thing that's already up there. I'm gonna take these screws, put them back in where they're supposed to be. Oh, I see. Oh wait, hold on, do I see? Where'd I put that other little fella down? Right here. Okay, so I see. So because the top of this sticks out, why are you not going in there, sir? Where's that top piece? Just want to make sure this is on correctly. That's supposed to go in upside down. Oh no. No. Okay. Good. Good. So then this goes in here. And now, the reason for those railings is because when this comes in, put it up, it isn't high enough to reach. So they give us these fun railings, which are admittedly probably a little too tall, but I'm not going to question it. They know what they're doing. Doing custom fan on the front of your PC because I have a few empty disk drives. Need to 3D print a fan bracket? Yeah, dude. Be sick. I would definitely like to experiment with some 3D printed components as well. It could definitely be super interesting. You have a 3D printer, or are you just going to go to a service that, I don't know why this camera turns off and turns on sometimes, or just turns off. I used it for like how many years streaming on mine, and it never turned off. Sometimes I'd forget to turn it off, and it would stay on for like a couple days, and I was like, oh shoot. But now it just likes to turn off. So I think it has something to do with the Canon software changing. So these little hooky boys should go in and hold it. Just like that. Just like that. Yes, there's definitely room if... Careful, careful, careful. Definitely room if the person wanted to do a push-pull configuration, which is super sketchy. Okay, there we go. Put that in. At least I think there's room. I mean, like, that looks to be the width of an average fan. Okay. I'm just going to put all the fans in, or all the screws in, because we do not want this thing falling and taking out components on its way down. Also, should I have put the fans on the radiator before doing this? Yes. Am I going to take this thing out of the computer again, or out of the case again? No. There looks to be enough clearance for me to be able to get those fans on without having to take this thing out. So, all right, there we go. I can put the top back on. Now, okay, that's right. So take a screw to here and a screw to here for the fronts. Okay, manual, gone. And now I can... The dust filter on the bottom is just held on with magnets. Oh, that was not the safest spot to try and hold it by. Okay. As far as I can go. Yep. Okay. All right. So, do I want to try putting those fans in before the motherboard or after? Before will certainly be easier. I just want to see how much clearance there is if I do it after. So this is where the motherboard will sit. I feel like, oh, I won't be able to access that screw. Okay, yeah, we'll put those fans in now then. Yeah, okay, cool. So, we have 10 of these. We're only going to put the 3 in now. We'll put the other 7 in after. But got the Arctic P14, 140 millimeter fan. Look at that. clean black. None of that RGB nonsense. Okay, and yeah, we'll run it that way, so that's fine then. I'll need the big screws. Got the big screws here. Could probably zoom in for this part. Oh, but it kind of gets cut off because it's right at the top of the frame. Sorry about that. So these ones are going to be pushing. Let me just think that first. Pull in fresh air from the bottom. Pull in fresh air from the sides. Push air out the top and push air. Yeah, that works. So that'll be a 6 in, 4 out. That there's lots, a lot of. I want to see if these ones here are actually longer. They are. Cool. Sorry, I know I'm putting my head right in front of the camera frame. I just need to get this one screw in. You don't have a 3D printer? I want to get one, you'll probably budget for it. Heck yeah, dude. I also want one. I want one for the shop. That's definitely something I plan for down the line. There's so many things in the shop that I want to use the 3D printer for. But there's also, I think that would also be another good good things to have, right? You know, I'm not sure how many 3D printers there are in this small town. I know there's actually, I know actually a few people here, plus the high school actually has some, but nonetheless, it wouldn't be a bad thing to have in case people wanted to get some stuff made. You know, we can sell trinkets. I could definitely sell some PC Studio, I don't know, knick-knack, paddywhacks.
I'm not sure if you're aware, but the lights are off in the main room.
Okay. Get these screws away. Kind of put this fan in a little, probably rotate it once or twice here. Can put it right there. I didn't even see how many fan headers the motherboard had, but it's okay, I got splitters. There's no RGB again, so it's doesn't really matter. All right. Now this guy. This guy can go in. I'll do it like that. Perfect. All right. Now just run those fan cables into the back. We shan't have to deal with them for a little while still. Where's the header on the motherboard? I should probably position for those. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably just use the one on the top then. Sweet. Alright, so now we can go ahead and put in the motherboard. Got some cable management stuff. Sort those screws out later. Not gonna bother opening another packet of screws right now. I have a drawer full of screws. Get that line up. So I'm gonna put my head in the way once again. Just there we go. Get everything lined up. Handy dandy screwdriver. Drawer of motherboard screws. Put this one back. Put my head in the way one more time. Just so I can get that in there. Yeah, unfortunately, for the time being, the top camera is mounted directly onto the table, which isn't very sturdy to begin with, as you can tell by all the shaking. So that will definitely be one thing I'm looking to upgrade, I guess. Get it onto a proper mounting system so that table shake doesn't affect it. And while I'm at it, maybe get a table that doesn't shake as much. Now, the tables on wheels, they are locked, but they're still wheels, so they still have a bit of give. So as long as the shaking isn't, I mean, it looks, you can definitely see the shaking, so. Man, this clean black build is looking good. Awesome. Now, do I want to do the other fans first, or do I want to mount the cooler on now? I'm just trying to think, if I mount the cooler on now, what will that prevent me from properly accessing anything in the future here? Okay. So for this run, we'll have it on like this. Yeah, have it like that probably. And then, let me see, can I wedge this? No, it doesn't. There isn't really anywhere for this cable to go besides up. If I run it up and I run it through that grommet, hope there's enough clearance there to get that CPU plug through in the future. If not, then rip the dream, I guess. I don't know. Right, okay, so if we get that through there, this will have to just plug in up here. Yeah, right there. Dunk. Does that, I don't think that limits my access to anything else. Okay, yeah, so we'll do that then. Man, like that's another thing, like if I have the camera on a proper mount and it's higher up, then this won't be as much of a problem. Okay, so these are gonna go on. I don't know if, I think it just goes like that. I don't think, because there is lettering on one side. Just not sure if it matters if the lettering's on the top or the bottom. It seems to be symmetrical in every way, so it doesn't look like it. And so that's, yeah, so first thing, we're gonna have to put down the standoffs. Okay. These boxes can go. And these standoffs have a skinny side, no, not skinny side. I just need to see which side. Okay, so fat side down. Again, going to try not to block too much with my hands. Man, this build is gonna look awesome. Like, Alright, everything seems to be in. Just do a dry fit here. Awesome. Get our handy thermal paste. Try and center this a little. Should be able to focus it. That's about as good as the focus is going to get. So this is going to be it's going to be a hot CPU. This is going to be a powerful boy. So we're just going to give him all the loving he needs right there. Maybe even a little more, just because he asked so nicely. That's a lot. And now, again, I'm going to try to do this so blocking. I'm not going to do full tightness right off the bat. It's got to get your corners in. That's why we don't do full tightness right off the bat. Get that in there. Get that on. Do the last one. Okay. And now we're going to properly tighten them. Just enough. Alright, that's perfect. More screws for later. Okay, so now we can plug this one in. Sorry, pardon my head. I'm gonna put that there. It's a super, super skinny wire. So I'm hoping I can wedge it in between the RAM and the... I can't. That's okay. It's skinny enough that I can slot it between the RAM, wrap it around. Now it is out of sight, thus being out of mind. Oh, can't even see it on the camera. Look at that, beautiful. And we have to shove this big fella. It's hunky. I wish I could detach this one, because this just goes to the RGB hub. And like I said, we're not using any of the RGB fans. So we don't need the RGB hub, so we don't need the cable that goes to it. But so be it, I guess. Awesome. So now let's get the bottom fans on. Take this dust filter off. Just a bunch of magnets. Zoom back out though. A little crooked there. lift this up. There we go. That didn't really fix the crookedness, did it? All right, let's do the bottom ones first. Man, this thing is gonna look awesome. Yeah, I do, however, oh man, I wish this mount went a little higher. So it could be a little more zoomed out for you guys, but I guess that isn't too bad. I don't know, what do you think? Is the top-down camera zoomed out enough? Got these. Yeah, you guys can kind of see what I'm doing down here. So this fan is gonna go on like this. Oh. Look at this. Is there another one? They really made it look like it just pops right out. Excuse my head. Does it slide over? Yeah, it slides over. Okay. We got the fan mount, guys. So this one is going to go like this. So we're going to flip it over. Oh, no worries. I was just asking, because I was thinking, like, eventually, when I start, like, upgrading the setup, one of the things I would like is, right now, the top-down camera is mounted directly to the table. So it gets, it wobbles a little. It, you know, like when the table wobbles, the camera wobbles. But I was saying that specifically because this case is so chunky that I wish I had, turn off again, that I wish I had a, I wish that the camera was higher up. That's the gist of it. I said I wish the camera was higher up, but I guess it doesn't look too bad right now. What do you think? Alright, that's one fan in. Ugh. I don't know where that extra fan screw came from. I don't know if there was 5 in that package or if I just manifested another one out of thin air or something. This one can go right next to that one. And yes, I am putting all 4 fan screws in because I have an entire container full of fan screws. If I put any more in, it will overflow. But yeah, no, it's not necessary to put all 4 in for the fan. You can get away with just doing 2 diagonally. Like, you can feel how secure these things are in. Like, it feels like with just one, they're not going anywhere. Okay. How did I put down that last fan? I know I took it out of the box. Oh, it's inside of the computer. Genius. Yeah, once we get these fans in, we're gonna go ahead and pop the other 4 in, I guess, and then we'll get the fan splitters, get them all wired up in the back, turn 3 cables into 1. Although on this motherboard, it looks like, well, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah. So in other words, there's like exactly enough. Oh, actually, I think there's 1 extra. There's 3 down there, and there's 4. No, yeah, I think it's exactly enough. Okay. All the fans are in. Oh, wow. I better get everything in the bottom. I better get everything that needs to be plugged into the bottom plugged in before I put this in. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, let's turn this thing around. Oh, this thing is ridiculously heavy. All these lovely cables. Just going to quickly route them through where they need to be. And then, okay, this is for the lights on the case. I don't think we're going to need that. This is the F panel. They give us a dedicated F panel. Beautiful. You'll love to see it. So I'll just route that through. I'll turn it back around when I plug them all in. We got USB. Oh, there's even 2 of them. I gotta choose. I love choices. Either way, that one just goes there, so I'll figure that out. Is there no... Oh, here we go. So this guy, go in right down here. I guess I'll plug this in just in case it's wanted. Probably shouldn't plug it in the bottom one though. Except for the fact that the bottom one is the only option, so that's what we're gonna do. Oh yes, this fella. You go right up there. And that guy doesn't go anywhere. These can just momentarily fold back in so I can turn the case around. All right. That's just the door. Just the door that doesn't want to close now. There we go. There we are. So now, geez Louise Papa Cheese. You can see this boy, this fella. It's actually a female cord. It's plugged into the male. All right, looks good. That was my finger cracking, not the cable. Then we'll get, oh, there's 3 of them, they're all down there. Hey. Well, maybe if I can reach. Okay, well, what is this one? I'll do that one after. This was the F panel, so this one just goes over here. Again, trying not to get my big old head in the way. Okay. Now I'm going to very professionally lift this up. Put it upside down. As it was intended to be. And move it over to that end. All right. I love these cables because they're impossibly annoying to line up. Like, why? Why must they be built this way? Why can't they be built like the other cables where there isn't like a tremendous amount of clearance on each part of the cable, making it impossible to tell visually if it's lined up properly before you start applying pressure. Okay, I assume that's in. Feels good. And if it isn't, well, I won't be able to access it. Right on. We'll get this one in. This board goes in. Move this out of the way for you. This board goes right here. Just like so. Perfect. Right in, just like so. I knew I had it right the first time. It is making a very odd sound though. There we go. It's never taken so long to get that cable in before. Okay, well I think I meant to put these fans in last because this is where all the fans plug in. So if I'm going to be blocking the port for the fans with the fans themselves, can't have that nonsense. All right. So what are these? No idea. I think it's just for mounting all the SSDs onto the back of. All right. Well, let's get these fans mounted on now. Hopefully these ones don't. Yeah, these ones won't block any ports. This one does also come out though. Looks like it comes out the back. Oh, that's cool. Hello. I can feel it. These things just slide right on out. Wait. That's neat. That is the neatest. All right. More fans. I have to figure out how that sag bracket fits in if all the fans are on the bottom. All right. So this goes like this. This needs to go like this. We'll do it like this actually. There's still one random fan screw, and I have no idea where it came from. Okay. Just gonna screw that in as high up as I can, because it doesn't give a clear indicator as to how much extra room there is. We're gonna have to name this computer. Jump in the shower before work, leaving alert. Heck yeah, dude. Greatly appreciate it. I will catch you later. When I'm done stream, I'm gonna take all the good photos of this computer. I'll send them over so you can see what the final product looks like. How deep in are we? How long have I been going? Hour and 38 minutes. Well, I was predicting 2 hours. So, definitely not going to be 2 hours. Definitely going to be like 3, maybe. This is the long part. Once all these fans are in, once the fans are in, and it's just the power supply, which is easy. Not too many cables on this computer. And then graphics card. And then we just gotta see if it boots. And if it boots, then that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna go through the process of installing Windows on stream. I'll try and get everything in like a good position so I can give you a real good demonstration of, I'll give like a nice 360 of the PC and everything. Normally I would put this on like a, holy cow. It said this thing could fit 3 140s. I'm calling their bluff. Hold on. I need to see how this thing fits in here. So this thing goes like that. So the top one needs to be like hanging off the top. So the bottom one's gonna need to be lined up right at the bottom. But the top one is gonna have to be, I should have started with the bottom one. I didn't even think of that. I just assumed this was gonna be the exact height. Can I get that like a little more focus, please? Oh, I had it right there. So that's going to dingle dangle somewhere off the top. That's going to chill there for now. It's going to chill there for now. Alright, so it's going to come in the top. Right here. How on earth I can't physically move that one up any higher. Are there holes? All right. Let's see if that even fits. Okay. And take the top one off. All right, let's go all the way to the bottom. So if this goes up here, oh, yeah, that's like a perfect fit. Really tighten these things down. This one isn't quite down all the way yet. Okay, so it'd go like that. This one goes in right up here. And it should perfectly slot right in. Cool. And now these things go in somehow. Wait, how did these things go in? Where did these things go in? What in the world? Am I going crazy? I just pulled these things out. Around. I actually have no clue, zero clue. Not an idea in the noggin where the heck I pulled these things out of. Wait, does it go like, oh. But still, it can't fit that way. Dude, I'm losing it. Where did I pull these things out of? Did I pull them out of this side? No. Well, they couldn't have been too important if I can't find where they go. That's my philosophy. Yeah, well. They don't fit like that. That's a fact. Yeah. So if they can't fit this way, if this is the only direction they can actually fit, and there's nowhere for them to slot in, no idea. Oh well. I'll figure it out someday. Okay. Yeah, no idea. Okay. So I gotta get all these. Wow, that thing is looking good on camera. Get all these through. And then I'm gonna have to hook these three up. Don't you do that. Rude. Maybe I'll do this to the bottom one. Let's get it in. Down here. Okay. The handy dandy takes 3 cables and make them into one. Alright. You definitely could not see what I just did. But I just used a fan splitter. So put that one through. I'm going to use another one on the top fans. This one comes out at the top, right here. Okay. And I'll need a third one for the bottom fans when they come in. Perfect. Now all I gotta do is install the final fan. Can I even fit a final fan? We'll see. This one wasn't necessary. This was just a bonus. If it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. All right. So this one will also be an exhaust. Yep. Awesome, awesome. Perfect. Dang, I thought I figured out this back piece, but I didn't. Man, I don't know what the heck that thing is for. Anyways, let's tip this computer back over. Yeah, we'll tip it back over. Turn it around. We'll shove all these fun cables into here and deal with them later. Ugh. Okay. So we got one set of fans. We got two set of fans. We have one singular fan. This cable is going to run behind the graphics card, so that'll hold it back. Alright, get all of those nicely tucked back in there. Same with this one. I'll probably have to properly tuck that one in after, but that's no problem. Now we can get these fans in. So first we'll have to tuck all the cables through. And this fella is just going to come in. You don't want any of these fan cables hooked underneath. has to move down, further down. How far down? Alright, so this thing is a bit of a pain in the caboose. Okay, so it looks like as long as all these cables are out of the way, that it should go down, hook into place. So that looks good. Then how does the rest of this hook into place? So this unhooks, or this hooks in somehow. I seem to have almost found it. Is that it? No. How are those? Hold on, it might be easier. Jeep Pup, hello. How are you doing? Oh, way easier doing it like this. Wow, okay. Just let gravity do all the work. Come on now. I think just the cables are getting in the way and preventing it from clicking in place. I think they're just too much. Okay, so I have it almost like exactly where it needs to be. Just needs to be here, but further back. Or did I take it out from the middle? If I took the screw out from the middle, then it needs to be here, but further up. Yes, I really think it's just these cables. The cables getting in the way. Like somehow. I wonder if I took out this bracket. If I took this bracket out, it might just slide right in. Oh no, there's the other thing down there. Didn't even see that. Apparently, this is a very difficult piece to get in, which I was not anticipating to be a difficult piece to get in. It's because I cannot see anything that's happening on the other end. There's got to be a super simple way to do this once you actually know how to work it. So for now, I'm just kind of jamming it in everywhere. It really does seem like you almost need to put the fans in before you put the motherboard in, because you can't see anything that you're doing down here. It's very clear that all you have to do is just get this lip under that lip. Okay. Feels like I almost have it. I don't see how else. Like, unless it's it backwards. No, it isn't. So then... Man, this is just a pain. That's right up against that. I wish I had a diagram of what this is supposed to look like. Or like what I'm supposed to screw, and I took out one screw. I don't remember. Oh. Okay, so I got it. Okay, now I can plug these back in. Yeah, dude. All right, for sure. I'll catch you. Catch you later. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Be a lot further along if this. Getting these fans in wasn't such a hassle. Come on, baby, just get in there. Ooh. I'm gonna flip this for you guys. Ooh. What's up, landlord boy? Hold on. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. Oh, perfect. Oh, look at that. Look at that. All right. Let me plug this one in up here. I know my big old noggin's in the way. Okay. I'm gonna pull those wires tight. All right. There we go. Oh. Okay. Alrighty. I can get this cable underneath. Is that this one? No. It's this one. I can get it underneath these ones. Alright, looks good. Looks good, looks good. So, cable. And cable. Which plug into, I know you guys can't see, but just picture this. This cable plugs into this cable. And this cable plugs into this cable. And finally, this cable plugs into this cable. Voila. I do need to plug this into the motherboard. And then I'll just plug in right here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wow, it's going to be a fun bunch of cables. Ooh. All right, here you go. Let's get some of these cables situated before we add in a power supply to the mix. So this cable here can pretty much just be bunched into this little compartment here. Fits quite perfectly. And we have these cables. I also have these cables. Fortunately, they all pass through each other. Fortunately, can stick it through this. And this one can pass through right here and then fold down onto itself. Get that nice and tight. And those cables aren't going anywhere. Okay. So yeah, these cables go through here, these cables go through here, this one can go through down there. This one here can just grab all of these cables. Voila. These ones up here. this one here can also go through there, pass through here. And come all the way down. Into here. Perfect. Awesome. Now we can get the power supply in. For this, I got a Seasonic VERTEX 1080 plus platinum. Look at that. All the nice zip ties. Got the power cord. Got a bunch of cables, as this is modular. Right on. Here we go. Look at that. It's beautiful, isn't it? Get the little sticker off. And then this one is going to go in just like that. Now it's a fan facing out, as the back of this case has cooling, or has pass-through. Got a little fancy, not a magnet. Get this thing screwed in. Get it plugged into everything, and then all that's left is to get that graphics card in there. Okay. Got a bunch of cables. Okay. I don't know why we need a bag inside of a bag, but which one is this actually? Okay. So this one is the SATA, the Molex. Don't even hear that. Okay, so it's a PCIe. Oh, perfect. Okay, PCIe. That's CPU. That's something we don't need. That's more CPU. Shouldn't need that. PCIe. Cool. And then, of course, the motherboard. There we go. Put the rest of them in the bag. And I shouldn't need these, but we'll see. There is technically one, but I think that's for the case lights, for the power for the case lights. And we don't want those. But yeah, so we'll figure that out. I'll do CPU first, and then motherboard. This thing is ridiculously heavy. This thing is heavier than any computer ever should be. Okay, so this is for the CPU. So let's clip on top. Let's hope I can get this through with these fans on. Oh, please go in. Oh, barely. We got it, we got it. Okay, I need to plug that in right now. I can flip it over to plug that in. just going to run it through the cable management tunnel. Go through there, come up down here, go through its own little section here. Give this a good tighten. Nothing else should have to come through here now. And then this one goes right there. Perfect. Do the motherboard. It's gonna have to go through right there. It's gonna have to go through right here. And then that one can go through here. I'm still not sure if the graphics card cables we're going to run up or we're going to run down. So we will figure that one out once we slot that graphics card in. I'll plug this into, oh wait, is that the wrong end? Yeah. Was it? No, that was the correct end. All right. Yeah, let's flip this over then. Let's get those two plugs in. Let's get the graphics card in. And from there, we can decide. How we want to run it. Okay, CPU first. And then we'll do the motherboard. Shove all of that into there. Perfect. All right, now for the fun part. The Radeon RX 7900 XTX. The big boy. Flip it. All right. Look at that. Holy cow. This thing is an absolute monster. That's crazy. Okay, what else do we got in this box? It came with its own anti-sag bracket. Thankfully. And a couple of little pieces. Anything underneath? Nope. Cool. Dang. You know, I do wish that this top part was black as well. Because that silver might stand out just a little. But also you have those little white accents on the cooler and the fan, so at the end of the day, it might match really well. All these little stickers are going to be the pain to get off. Come on, come on. There it is. All right. So this is going to go in. It's going to go in right here. So it's just going to need the second. I'm curious about that bracket. You need the second and third slots. Take that. I'm just going to quickly swap this one back. Fine, be that way. All right. Swap this to the back one. Awesome. So now I want to see how this works. Because I presume how does this fit? Well, that is strange, isn't it? Something similar. So if this is in like this, this should go on something like that. Oh. And that screws on like that. Smart. Question is, this is on here. So I'll need to do 4, but I should screw this back piece in first. Okay. All right, here we go. Yeah, it's nice. It comes with its own anti-sag bracket. Wait, but they're different. Oh, there are different screws. Okay. Yeah, probably be these ones. Yep, perfect. stand this thing up straight. Okay, so that goes down. This comes off. Those also have to come off. I think just the screws, the actual pieces themselves shouldn't need to come off. All right. Make sure that cable gets tucked nicely behind. Awesome. Looks like that went in perfect. Now I can just get these in. I do wonder what if the bracket that came with the fans. Oh, this can actually probably move down one. If the one that came with the fans actually, or came with the case rather, would look better than the one that came with the graphics card. Like I bet the one that came with the case is probably like a just a stand that attaches from the bottom. So if this was level, I think if I brought it down one, it would be too far down. So like, yeah, that's probably exactly where it needs to be. So then it did come with these ones, which might look a little nicer. But they don't have the ease of being twist off. But honestly, I think it looks kind of nice. Yeah, so with the sag bracket, it's looking like the obvious choice is for the cables to come in from the top. So that's what we're gonna do. Awesome. So then we can route those from here. So then we can do this one right here. We can do this one right here. can do this one. Right here. Okay. Now I'll quickly, oh, it's gonna be so heavy. I'll quickly tip it up right. And then just quickly jam these into a pocket here. That door probably isn't open. So for now, let me find these cables right here. Pull it through, pull it through, pull it through, all the way. Come on, come on. I don't know. It might be better to do it underneath. Like, it doesn't look terrible, but it's definitely noticeable going over top. Because it's like silver on top instead of black. Some of the black cables on the silver really come through. I just don't want the cable to dip and hit the fan. It would have been nice to get the cable actually like in between the seg bracket and the graphics card. But we're just gonna make sure these are pulled super tight in the back so they don't sag down and touch the fans. I mean, nothing a couple of zip ties can't fix, right? Position them in the right spot. It'll work wonders. Alright. I think I might zip tie the cables like right near the front here. But I'll do that after if I decide to. But for now, Whew. Man, that thing is crazy heavy. I would love to give you a number, but I don't have a scale to weigh that thing. Holy cow. All right, last one. Oh no. It's the wrong end. This is very annoying. It's very annoying how they like fit. Like why would the PCIe section, or rather would the PCU section fit into the PCIe section? Just confusion central. Okay. Okay. So that's pretty much done. We just need to find a way to get it pulled super tight. Let's be honest. Sounds like the job for some zip ties. Just want to make sure. Like, yeah, that there needs to be tight like a toiga. What's that bottom one? Bottom one's right here. So all three of these need to be pulled nice and tight. Oh, I went under instead of... Man. I know, I'm probably completely out of frame at this point. Just want to get this in. I want to get it in the same spot that the rest of them are in. All right. So now, obviously it looks great right now. As soon as I let go, it's going to start sagging. So, to prevent that, grab one of these handy dandy zip ties. Brother. Okay, that zip tie literally snapped in half. I've never seen that before. Let's hope we don't get that for a second time. If it happens once, it's a random fluke. If it happens twice, something's up with that company's zip ties. Alright. Select that, and shove that in there. Not a whole lot of cable management you can do, but it honestly looks pretty decent. And as soon as you close the door, you don't see any of it anyway. A little grommet up here, just in case you want to do something. Okay, how does that look? Well, on camera, looks quite spectacular. I moved it over the wrong direction. My bad. Let me get some of this stuff out of my way. Gonna need these. Not gonna need this. Look at that. I'm gonna look at that. Only took 3 hours and 12 minutes. There you go. Not too bad. There we go. Sorry. Had to figure that out. Alright. Well, everything is installed. Yeah, look at that. See, it's already drooping, man. I'm gonna zip. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna zip tie these dang cables to which way is this gonna go? To the support bracket. So this one should be like right in the center. Should be top back. And I'm gonna obviously snip those later. But for right this second, I'm gonna leave them just so we can turn it on and make sure that it works. Alright, looks good. None of them are touching. They're all nicely grouped. These screws back in. I don't think I actually had to take them out, to be honest. I think those were for something else. Screw just fell on the ground somewhere. Don't know what screw it was. But I don't need any more screws inside of this computer, so. Alright. Let's turn this fella on. See if they boot. I'm gonna take this cable. Yep. Alright. Well, unfortunately, with the current setup, you guys aren't going to be able to see if it boots or not. But you can trust me. You actually will kind of be able to see if it boots. I know the table's a mess, but the floor is more of a mess. Okay. Plug that in there. Plug this end in down here. Flick of the switch. Moment of truth, guys. Oh, that air feels nice. Alright, we're just waiting on that signal. The first boot up always takes a while. Everything's plugged in. Man, that thing moves there. Holy cow. It's chilly just standing back there. I will need to reposition the fans. Wait. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, I think it's been long enough where we can conclude that something isn't in properly. Oh, just kidding. Look at the TV in the back over there. Well, guys, we did it. We built a beautiful, beautiful beast. I'm going to zoom that in for you guys, so I know how much you all really want to see that beauty. Go in. Let me go down. Go out a little. Reposition. Come on now. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. It's beautiful. Well, take a look at the graphics card, the CPU. Got the, you can really see just how tight that little gap is right between the fans and the headers. So those like little plugs down there are what the fans were getting caught on when I was trying to put the rack in. Beautiful. I know, I'm going to clean up all that right there. Don't you worry. But yeah, I think it's quite gorgeous. Go all the way back out. You can see all the boxes on the ground. I'll lock that right there. Probably need it. Oh yeah, okay, we'll lock that right there. And then I'll just raise this whole thing up. Just so you can still see my face, hopefully. But yeah, I'm gonna move this back over to the streaming rig so I can actually see and end stream. I know I'm gonna need to get a proper monitor to go onto the stand as well, so that I don't have to swap them when I finish the build. There we go. All right. Well, I'm a little out of focus over here, but thank you all so much for hanging out, for sticking around, for watching me build this behemoth. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.